Welcome back. Settle in. Let your shoulders drop. Tonight, we drift somewhere very deep, somewhere very quiet, a place few have ever seen. We are going to the Mariana Trench, the deepest scar in our planet, a long, dark crescent in the floor of the Pacific. Breathe in slowly, breathe out. You do not need to swim. You do not need to hold your breath. You are simply drifting down through warm blue water, down past the sunlight, down to where the world grows still. Let your eyelids feel heavy. Let your mind sink with us. Tonight, we explore the silence at the bottom. The trench lies far west of Hawaii, near a ring of small green islands, the Mariana Islands, quiet places, wrapped in slow tropical wind. If you stood on a fishing boat above it, you would see nothing unusual. Just water, just blue, just gentle waves under a soft sky. But beneath that calm surface, the seafloor falls away. Deeper than any mountain stands tall, deeper than clouds drift overhead. Let your shoulders drop again. The trench is shaped like a long, thin smile, curving for thousands of miles. A hidden valley below the waves, ancient, patient. Imagine the deepest point. It has a soft name, Challenger Deep. It sits at the southern end of the trench, a small basin within a larger valley, the lowest place on Earth that is not buried in stone. If you placed the tallest mountain inside it, the mountain would vanish. Its peak would still rest more than a mile below the waves. Breathe slowly. Few humans have ever traveled there, fewer than have walked on the moon. It is closer to us than space, and yet, somehow, stranger. Let your mind drift toward that quiet. The trench was born from a slow collision. Two great plates of the earth pushing into each other, inch by inch, year by year. One plate slides down beneath the other, folding into the planet, sinking into hot, hidden rock. This slow bending makes a long, deep groove. It has been happening for many millions of years, long before there were forests, long before there were footprints. Let that thought soften. The trench is not a wound. It is a process, a slow breath of the planet itself. In, out, slower than any living thing. Now drift down with me, past the sunlit shallows, past the fish you might recognize. Silvery schools turn together in the bright water. Then they fade behind you. The blue grows darker, cooler, softer on your skin. This upper layer is called the sunlight zone. It only reaches a small way down, a thin, warm blanket on a very deep bed. Breathe in, breathe out. Below it, the colors begin to change. Reds vanish first, then oranges, then yellows, until even green slips away. Only blue remains, then a quiet, gentle gray. You sink past the twilight zone now. The water here is dim, not yet black, just a deep dusk, like the moment after sunset, held forever. Few plants live here. There is not enough light, only soft creatures that drift, tiny jellies, slow shrimp, pale things with eyes like polished glass. Let your breathing slow. Some of them carry their own light, small flickers in the gloom, blue, pale green, like fireflies in a quiet field, but underwater, and much older, and far, far, far more strange. Past the twilight, the midnight zone begins. The sun no longer reaches here, not even a thread of it. The water is black, truly black, the kind of darkness you feel against your eyes. And yet life continues, quiet, patient, unbothered by the dark. Settle in. There are fish here with mouths bigger than their bodies, eyes that have grown huge to gather any tiny shimmer. Some have given up sight altogether. They feel the world instead, through soft hairs, through gentle ripples, through the slow language of water. Now we drift even deeper, into the abyss, the abyssal zone, a name that sounds like a sigh. The water here is cold, just above freezing. The pressure presses on every inch of everything. If you were truly here, the weight would be too much. But tonight, you are only imagining. So the cold cannot reach you. The pressure cannot find you. Breathe slowly. You are safe. Below you, the trench begins. A long, dark valley cutting into the abyss. A door into a deeper room. The deepest room our world has. We have a name for the deepest waters. The Hadal Zone, named after Hades, the old quiet underworld. It sounds a little frightening, but down here, nothing is dramatic, nothing rushes, nothing roars. The Hadal is calm, slow, endless, a place that has never known a storm, never felt a wave, never seen the moon. Let your thoughts slow with it. Only the trenches reach this deep. A few scattered ones around the world. The Mariana is the deepest of them all. A quiet king of quiet kingdoms. Imagine the pressure for a moment, not to fear it, just to feel it. Up at the surface, the air rests gently on your skin. You barely notice it. It is the weight of one thin sky. Down at the bottom of the trench, the water above you would weigh as much as 1,000 skis. 1,000 atmospheres, pressing in from every side. Breathe in, breathe out. And yet, somehow, life goes on there. Soft creatures glide through that crushing weight, without harm, without complaint. How do they manage? These soft, deep creatures. The answer is gentle. They do not fight the pressure. They do not build thick shells against it. They simply match it. From the inside, their bodies are mostly water, and water cannot be squeezed, so they drift through the dark, wearing the ocean inside them, pressed evenly within and without. Let your shoulders drop. It is a quiet wisdom. Do not resist what surrounds you. Become it. And the weight stops being a weight. It becomes home. Long ago, people thought the deep sea was empty, a barren desert of mud and silence. They believed nothing could survive there. No light, no warmth, no food, surely no life. But every time someone looked, the deep proved them wrong. Again and again and again. Breathe slowly. There are creatures in the trench shaped like nothing on land. Little shrimp the size of a fingertip. Pale fish like tissue paper. Worms that wave like soft grass. The deep is not empty. It is shy. It only shows itself slowly, only to those who are patient. Picture a snailfish, soft, pink, small as your hand, with skin so delicate you could almost see through it. This little fish lives deeper than nearly any other, down where the pressure could crush a submarine, down where the cold settles into stone. It swims slowly, with small, graceful flutters, as if drifting through honey, as if it had all the time in the world. Let your breathing match its pace. It does not know it is famous. It does not know that we marvel at it. It only knows the dark. And the dark, to the snailfish, is. There are tiny creatures down there too, smaller than rice grains, called amphipods, like ghostly little shrimp. They drift in great numbers. They appear when food falls from above. A piece of fish, a scrap from the upper world, a small dark gift from far away. They gather quickly. They eat slowly. Then they drift on. Breathe in, breathe out. Food is rare in the trench. Most of it is patient leftovers. The slow snow of dead things from the surface. Soft flakes drifting down for weeks, until they finally land, where someone is waiting. This soft drifting food has a lovely name: marine snow. It looks almost like a quiet snowfall. Tiny pale flakes, pieces of dead plankton, bits of older creatures drifting down, down, down. It can take weeks for one flake to reach the bottom, sometimes months. A slow, gentle journey through the dark. Let your thoughts slow with it. Without marine snow, the deep would starve. With it, the trench is fed. Tiny, gentle gifts from a sunlit world, falling forever. Quiet as moonlight on a roof. Sometimes a much larger gift arrives. A whale or a great fish. Their bodies sink slowly to the floor. This is called a whale fall. It sounds sad, but it is not. A whale fall feeds the deep for many years, decades sometimes. A single body becomes an entire small world. Breathe slowly. First come the soft, hungry creatures, then the cleaners, then tiny worms and bacteria. Slowly, the great body becomes a quiet garden of life. Where there was only mud, now there is movement. Where there was nothing, there is plenty. There is mud at the bottom of the trench. Soft, fine, ancient mud. It is the slow gathering of marine snow over many millions of years. Layer upon layer. So gentle, so slow. You could not hear a single grain settle. If you ran your hand through it, it would feel like cool flour, or the dust of an old library. Light, soft, untouched. Let your shoulders drop. Some of that mud has not moved in a very long time. Older than every empire. Older than written language. Older than your oldest memory could ever reach. In the trench mud, scientists have found tiny living things. Microbes, single cells, quiet small lives. They live without sunlight, without plants, without anything you would call a meal. Instead, some of them eat chemicals from the rocks, or sip on faint, warm leaks from below. Patient diners at a very slow table. Breathe in slowly. They may be the slowest living things on earth. Some divide only once in many years. A whole life lived in a single breath of yours, and yet they go on and on. Now imagine the floor of the trench, long, curved, covered in soft sediment. It is mostly flat, wider than you might think. A gentle plain at the bottom of a great dark valley. There are no waves here, no currents to speak of, only the slowest of stirrings, as if the water itself were sleeping. Let your breathing slow. If you stood there, you would not feel cold. You would not feel pressure. You would only feel the quiet. A quiet so complete it seems to hum, as if the ocean were softly thinking about nothing in particular, just thinking. In some parts of the trench, warm vents leak from the seafloor. Cracks where heat from inside the earth seeps slowly out. The water around them shimmers like a candle through frosted glass. The minerals in it form pale chimneys, soft towers in the dark. No need to count tonight. Around these vents, life gathers. Strange tube worms, pale crabs, snails that look like small folded flowers. They live on chemicals. They thrive on warmth. They have built whole, quiet cities around the breadth of the planet. There are also mud volcanoes in the trench. Soft, slow domes that rise from the floor. They do not erupt with fire. They do not roar. They simply ooze pale mud upward. A gentle bubbling, quieter than rain. Sometimes they release tiny streams of methane, or warm water, or soft minerals. Breathe in, breathe out. Around them, you might find communities of strange, small creatures, each one shaped to its own particular piece. A little world that asks for nothing, and lives, somehow, on almost nothing at all. The first map of the trench was made long ago, from a wooden ship with a long line and a heavy weight. The sailors lowered it slowly, 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 marking how much rope went down before it touched the floor. They were astonished. The line went deeper than anyone expected, deeper than seemed possible. Let your mind drift to that quiet ship. Men on a wooden deck, stars overhead, a line in their hands stretching into a darkness no eye could follow. Listening, waiting, patient with the depth, the ocean keeping its secret. For now, that ship was called the Challenger, which is why the deepest place still carries her name. Challenger Deep, a little echo from a tired wooden vessel, carried forever, etched into the floor of the world. Isn't that lovely? A ship long gone, yet still down there, in a name, in the dark, holding its place. Breathe slowly. We often think the deepest things are unreachable, untouched, but they have already been brushed by human curiosity, quietly, politely, with nothing more than a long line and patience. Many years later, two men finally went there, down to the bottom themselves. They rode in a small steel sphere with one tiny window and a very brave heart between them. It took them hours to descend. They sank and sank and sank through layer after layer of darkness. Let your shoulders drop. When they reached the bottom, the floor was pale and soft. A great quiet plain. A small fish drifted past their window. Just one, calm, slow, as if the deepest place on earth were not strange at all. After that first visit, the trench was rarely seen for many years. It is hard to reach, expensive to study, dangerous to dive into, so the deep stayed mostly to itself, a planet within the planet, quietly turning over its slow days. No need to count tonight. Most people forgot it for long stretches of time. They lived on the surface, under the sun, among trees and traffic and bright voices, while beneath them the trench breathed its old, slow breath, unbothered, unhurried, endlessly. Then, in our own time, a filmmaker went down, alone, in a small green submarine. He had spent years preparing, years dreaming, years building. He wanted to see the floor with his own eyes. He sank for hours, past every layer, through every kind of dark, until at last the bottom came into view. Breathe in slowly. He found a soft, pale plain, quiet ridges, tiny trails of small creatures. The deepest place on earth, he said, looked surprisingly gentle, surprisingly tender, like a held. In the years since, more explorers have visited, a handful, each one careful, each one quiet. They leave little behind. They watch, they listen, they take a few small samples, then they rise, back through the dark, back to the surface, back to the sun. Let your mind drift with their slow ascent. The trench keeps its calm. It barely notices the visits. To it, our submarines are like tiny moths, tapping briefly at a great window, then gone, while the dark remains, untouched. In the trench, time feels different. Days and nights mean nothing. There is no morning, no evening, only the long quiet now. The water temperature barely changes. The pressure barely changes. Even the seasons cannot reach this far down. Breathe slowly. It is a kind of timeless place. A long, unbroken hum. A page of stillness in a busy world. If you stayed there, you would forget what hour it was, what day it was, what year. There is only the deep, only the dark, only the slow breath of the sea. Sound moves strangely in deep water, faster than in air, farther, clearer. If a whale calls out near the surface, its voice can travel for miles, even reaching down toward the trench. A faint, low song. No need to count tonight. Deep listening devices have caught these sounds. The slow songs of whales, the clicks of distant pods, the creak of an iceberg far away. The trench listens to all of it, patient and silent. A great old ear at the bottom of the world. Sometimes the listeners hear strange sounds, low groans, soft booms, slow creaks. Many are simply the trench itself shifting, the plates settling, the mud sliding, the earth speaking in its quiet voice. Nothing to fear, just an old planet stretching in its sleep. Let your breathing slow. Other sounds remain mysterious. A faint hum, a long, low call no one quite understands. The ocean keeps its secrets. It has earned them. It has held them for a very long time. We are only. Picture a small Dumbo octopus with ear-like fins above its eyes, drifting through the dark. It flaps gently, like a soft little ghost, or a child's umbrella in a slow breeze. It lives deeper than most octopuses, sometimes near the trench, always quiet, always graceful. Breathe in, breathe out. It does not chase. It does not hurry. It simply hovers, watches, waits, and then, when it wishes, it floats off into the dark again, like a small pale wish slipping away into a long, deep. There are sea cucumbers down there too, soft, long, slow. They move along the seabed like little drifting clouds, quietly eating mud, quietly cleaning the floor. Some are pale pink, some translucent, some glow gently when touched. Let your shoulders drop. They are not in a rush. They are not anxious. They have had millions of years to learn the art of slowness, of moving without effort, of being without striving. The trench is full of teachers. We just rarely meet them. Imagine a sea spider, as big as your hand, long, thin legs, a tiny round body. It walks slowly across the trench mud, like a soft, delicate machine, almost transparent, almost dreamlike. It does not bite. It does not chase. It sips quietly from soft creatures and small old corpses. Breathe slowly. Up on land, spiders can startle us. Down here, they look more like floating drawings, as if someone sketched them in pencil long ago, and let them wander into the dark to live. There are jellyfish in the trench, pale, soft, pulsing gently. They drift in slow circles. Their bodies shimmer when stirred. Some glow when frightened. Some glow when excited. Some glow for reasons we may never know. Let your breathing match their pulse. Slow in, slow out. They have no brain in the way we do. No worries, no plans, just a quiet body, floating, sensing, living. A simple, beautiful pattern in the dark, old as the very first oceans. Now picture the cusk eel, a long, pale fish, soft as wet silk. It lives deeper than almost any other fish. Some swim near the floor of the trench itself, quiet, curious, slow. They have small eyes, since the dark gives little to see. But they can sense the smallest stirrings around them. No need to count tonight. They glide along like ribbons, long, patient, almost shy. They do not boast of their depth. They do not even know it. To them, this is simply Tiny shrimp gather in clouds along the floor, pale clouds, almost like mist. When food arrives, the cloud thickens. When food is gone, the cloud fades. They are patient. They are many. They are gentle. Breathe in slowly. Breathe out. They have been doing this for ages. Long before the first cities rose. Long before the first songs were sung. Drifting in soft silver clouds. Eating quiet flakes of marine snow. Living their small, important lives in a place no eyes were watching. Until very recently, some creatures in the trench glow. We call this bioluminescence, a soft, cold light made by living things. They use it to find each other, to startle predators, to lure quiet meals, sometimes just to exist. Imagine drifting through utter dark and seeing a faint blue spark, then another, then another. Let your shoulders drop. It is the closest thing the deep has to a night sky. Living stars, slow constellations, floating gently through the cold. Each one a small proof that even the deepest dark contains its own. Above the trench, the surface is mostly empty water, open ocean, quiet sky. A fishing boat may pass overhead. A flock of seabirds may dip in for a meal. Storms may roll across now and then. None of it reaches the bottom. None of it disturbs the deep. Breathe slowly. The trench is shielded by miles of water. A long, thick blanket of blue. Whatever happens up here, however loud the wind, however fierce the rain, the bottom remains the same. Still, cold, calm. Sailors used to fear deep water. They called it a place of monsters. They imagined creatures wrapped around the bones of ships. It is easy to see why. The unknown invites the imagination, and the deep is the deepest unknown. Let your mind soften toward those old fears. The truth has turned out to be gentler than the legends. The trench has no fearsome king, no beast in chains, only soft, glowing things, only patient creatures, only quiet rooms of cold water, far older, far calmer, far more strange and lovely than any old story ever guessed. There are mountains in the trench too, underwater ridges, tall hills hidden in the dark. Some rise from the seafloor like crooked towers. Some are gentler slopes. Most are covered in a soft cloak of mud. No need to count tonight. If you climbed them, you would feel nothing different. The pressure would not lighten. The cold would not change. Only a slow rise in the dark. A long, patient walk uphill, with no summit you could see, and no need to ever reach one. Some scientists study old water. Yes, old water, They take samples from the trench. They measure how long it has been since that water touched the surface. Sometimes hundreds of years. Imagine that. A drop of water that has not seen sunlight since long before you were born, drifting calmly down there, holding its quiet history. Breathe slowly. Eventually, even trench water rises. Slowly, gently, in great deep currents that loop the planet. So one day, that ancient water might tickle the underside of a wave and shimmer for the first time in centuries. There is plastic in the trench. Sadly, even there, small pieces have been found in the deepest mud. Even tiny shrimp have specks of it inside their bodies. It is a quiet, gentle reminder. The world is connected. The deep is not separate from us. We share one ocean, one planet, one slow breath. Let your shoulders drop. Do not let this trouble your sleep tonight. The trench is patient. We are learning, slowly, gently, to do better. The deep is teaching us how, with its long, calm reminder that every small thing we do eventually drifts somewhere down. Now drift back to the dark itself, the pure dark of the trench. No sun, no stars, no reflection. If you turned off a submarine's lights, the world would vanish. Your hand, your breath, your shape, all folded into the same gentle blackness. Breathe in, breathe out. It is not a frightening dark. It is a complete one, a whole, a rest, the kind of dark that exists inside closed eyes, soft, round, patient, holding everything in its quiet palm. There is something restful in places we cannot reach. The trench is one of them. We cannot pave it, cannot build cities on it, cannot fill it with noise or hurry. It simply remains, a quiet room our world keeps, untouched. Let your thoughts soften. When you are tired of bright screens and busy days, you can remember that the trench is still down there, calm, cold, patient, holding its great, soft silence. Whether you visit it or not, whether you dream of it or not, it is keeping the deep dark for all of us. Let yourself drift into the trench again, just for a moment. Float above the soft, pale floor. Watch the marine snow falling around you. Slow, endless, beautiful. A tiny shrimp passes by. A glowing jelly drifts in the distance. Somewhere, a small fish flutters its fins. Breathe slowly. Nothing here demands attention. Nothing here is loud. The whole place asks nothing of you. It simply lets you be, as it is, as you are, quiet, held, surrounded by an ancient softness. There are quiet ridges in the trench where the rock is fresh. newer than any forest, younger than any mountain you have climbed. It is slowly being made, squeezed up from below, or folded down into the planet. The earth is forever rebuilding itself here. Let your breath match its pace. The trench is a place of birth in its slow way, a long, deep cradle for new stone, a quiet workshop for the planet, working through the night, not to finish, only to keep on going. In some places, the trench has small natural ponds at its bottom, brine pools, pools of saltier, heavier water. They shimmer like mirrors. They have soft edges. They look like little lakes inside the ocean itself. No need to count tonight. Few creatures can enter them. Most simply rest along their gentle shores. Tiny crabs sit at the edges. Snails wander past. The deep, even at its lowest, finds ways to surprise us with strange, small beauty. There are also great cliffs in the trench, steep walls dropping into deeper, still depths. They are old rock, worn slowly by gentle currents, cloaked in soft sediment, patient as anything you can imagine. Breathe slowly. If you drifted along one, your light would only catch a small patch. The rest would stretch into the dark, beyond seeing, beyond knowing, just a feeling of vastness, a quiet sense of something very tall and very old, just there, beside you. Now imagine the trench from above, as if you were looking at the planet from far away, a great curving line in the western Pacific, a long crescent moon traced into the seafloor, hidden by miles of blue. From space, you would not see it. The water would hide everything. Just one more soft blue patch on a soft blue world. Let your shoulders drop. And yet, there it is, right beneath the waves, older than any nation, quieter than any thought, patient, curved, sleeping in the deep. You may already be drifting. That is good. Let your eyes feel heavy. Let your jaw soften. You do not need to remember any of this. The trench will not be tested. The deep does not ask for anything. Breathe in, breathe out. We are only halfway. There is much more darkness to drift through, much more quiet to share. If your mind is fatting, follow it. If you are still listening, that is fine too. Either way, you are exact. Let us drift sideways now to other deep trenches around the world. The Mariana is not alone. There are others. The Tonga Trench, the Philippine Trench, the Kermadec, long deep grooves at the edges of the Great Plates. But tonight we belong to the Mariana, the deepest sister, the quietest one. Breathe slowly. Think of all those long, deep cuts in the ocean floor, a whispered ring around the Pacific, where the planet folds, where the water gathers, where the dark gathers too. A soft, slow chorus of trenches, singing nothing but stillness. Long, long ago, the trench did not look the way it does now. The plates were arranged differently. The continents wore other faces. Over many millions of years, the geography slowly shifted. Slowly, 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 like clouds that are too tired to move. Let your breathing match the slowness. The trench has been deepening for a very long time. It will keep deepening for a very long time more. It does not hurry. It does not rest. It just keeps going. One quiet inch every. Imagine a single grain of sediment, tiny, barely visible. It fell from the surface 1,000 years ago. A piece of plankton dressed in soft minerals, drifting downward in the marine snow. It landed on the trench floor and waited. No need to count tonight. Thousands of other grains landed near it, slowly building a soft layer, a gentle blanket on the dark. That single grain is still there, quiet, forgotten by the world above, but held gently. Some trench creatures live a very long time. Sea sponges, quiet corals, tiny clams. A single sponge can live for many centuries, far longer than any human life, sitting still on the seafloor, filtering quiet water, day after day, year after year. Let your shoulders drop. They do not move. They do not chase. They do not even seem to think. And yet, they live and live and live, witnessing the slow centuries pass over the dark, without complaint, without fear, without. Let yourself imagine being one of those sponges, just for a moment. No errands, no notifications, no tomorrow. Just the soft pulse of water passing through you, the slow, gentle rhythm of the deep. Breathe in, breathe out. Seasons would mean nothing. Years would feel like minutes. You would simply be a small, quiet shape, anchored to a small, quiet patch of stone, in the deepest place on earth, surrounded by patient dark, held forever. There is no weather in the trench, no sunlight, no rain, no wind, but there are gentle currents, very soft, very slow, almost too gentle to feel. They carry tiny particles. They shape the soft mud into delicate ripples. They turn the deep in their patient way. Let your breathing match those currents. They do not roar. They do not crash. They simply move, carrying the quiet news of the deep from one corner to another. as if the ocean itself were thinking aloud. Slowly, gently, across the long dark, picture a soft trail in the mud, tiny, curving, gentle. It was made by a small creature wandering through. A worm, a snail, a little crab, we may never know which. Its trail is preserved for a long time in the still water. There is no wind to erase it, no rain to wash it away. Breathe slowly. The trench is full of such small footprints, quiet records of small lives, a whole gentle alphabet written across the dark floor. Read only by the soft, falling snow of. There are old stories of the trench in nearby islands, soft legends, whispered ones. In some, the deep is a sleeping spirit. In some, it is a kind ancestor. In some, it is simply a great ocean grandmother, quiet, watchful, patient with her many children. Let your mind drift toward those gentle stories. They are not lessons in fear. They are lessons in respect. The deep is old. The deep is calm. The deep should not be hurried. It will not hurry for us. So we learn to slow down. The trench. Let yourself sink another small step, past every fish you have already seen, past every soft, glowing thing. Down here, the dark feels almost thick, like cool velvet or a long-held thought. No need to count tonight. You cannot see your hand. You cannot see your breath. You can only feel the slow, gentle press of the water around you, as if the ocean itself were tucking you in, gently, patiently, layer by layer. Some scientists believe the trench may hold answers about the very beginning of life on Earth. The vents, the chemicals, the patient warmth. They look a bit like the conditions where the first cells may have formed. Long ago. Breathe in, breathe out. Perhaps life did not begin under bright sun. Perhaps it began in dark, patient corners, in warm, small cracks at the bottom of the sea. Gentle, slow, almost shy, just like the trench itself. Maybe we all started in a place quite a lot like this one. Let that thought rest gently in your mind. We may have come from the deep. We live now in the air, under the sun, among trees and bright birds. But somewhere far back, our ancestors were tiny, soft cells, drifting in warm water, in gentle dark. Let your shoulders drop. The trench, in some quiet way, may be a faint cousin of our beginning, a reminder of where we came from, before we had eyes, before we had names, before we had even a single thought to spare. Imagine a soft, pale fish near the deepest part of the trench. It has been observed there, small, calm, floating gently above the floor. It is the deepest fish ever recorded, a quiet little wonder. It does not know it holds a record. It does not care. It just lives. Breathe slowly. It swims slowly upside down sometimes, as if the world looked just as good either way, as if the dark were a gentle blanket that did not mind which way you faced. Up, down, sideways. The deep is kind to all of them. There are small ridges in the trench shaped like steps, long, flat terraces, quiet stairs in the dark. They were carved by ancient slow movements, pieces of plate folding over, edges sliding past edges. No need to count tonight. You could rest on one in your imagination. A natural soft bench at the bottom of the world. Sit, lean back, watch the marine snow drift down. Feel the cool water gathering around you, and let everything outside the deep slip far, far away. Now picture a tiny crustacean shaped like a soft pearl. Pale, round, smaller than a pea. It drifts near the bottom, almost transparent, like a small bubble of life. It eats whatever sinks, whatever happens to fall its way. It does not search far. It does not wander much. It simply waits and drifts. Let your mind drift with it. Tonight, you can be that small, pale pearl, light, round, carried by the gentle pulse of the water, owing nothing to anyone. The trench holds many surprises we have not even seen yet. Most of it has never been mapped in detail. Most of it has never been lit. There may be species down there we have not named, shapes we have not pictured, lives we cannot yet imagine. Breathe slowly. How lovely that the world still has unknowns, quiet ones, gentle ones, tucked away in the dark, patient, waiting, not because they wish to be found, but simply because they are, as they have. Some research vessels lower instruments by long cables, down, 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 through the water. The cables can be miles long. They sway gently in the slow currents. The instruments at the end blink quietly, recording, listening, watching the dark. Let your shoulders drop. The people on board sit in a softly lit cabin, sipping warm drinks, watching small screens, patient, quiet, waiting for the deep to tell them something. The trench is in no hurry to answer, but it whispers sometimes, just enough. Imagine a single instrument resting on the bottom, a soft humming box with a tiny camera inside. It sees a pale floor, a few drifting flakes. Now and then, a small creature passes by, A shrimp, a worm, a glowing pulse. No need to count tonight. Then the camera dims again. The deep continues. No drama, no music, only the patient breath of the ocean and the slow, slow record of who happened to wander past this small, bright window. It can be hard to bring instruments back up. The pressure is fierce. The cables can snag. The journey is long. Sometimes a piece of gear is lost, left forever on the trench floor. Breathe slowly. It joins the slow community of the deep, becomes a small new ridge, gathers a soft layer of sediment over many years. Tiny creatures wander across it, make it part of their pale, gentle landscape. The trench welcomes everything eventually, with patience, with silence. Let your imagination drift over the long curve of the trench, from its northern end to its southern end. Follow it slowly, like running a finger along an old soft scar. It curves gently, not perfectly straight, not perfectly smooth. A long, slow line of low places gathered together, cooperating in calm. Let your breathing slow. It is like a sleeping animal in a way, long, quiet, curled around itself, resting in the deep blue, breathing once every 1,000 years, or maybe not breathing at all, just being, endlessly, gently, be. Above the trench at night, the stars are very bright. The Pacific has some of the cleanest skies on Earth. If you sat on a small boat above Challenger Deep, you would see the Milky Way like spilled milk across the heavens. Quiet, vast, patient. Breathe in, breathe out. And below you, just as quiet, just as vast, would lie the deepest place in the ocean. Two endless calms, one above, one below, with your small, gentle boat between them. A tiny, warm light. Some say the trench is alien, as foreign as the surface of another planet. In truth, more humans have looked at the moon up close than at the bottom of the trench. The deep is, in some ways, more remote than space. Let your shoulders drop, and yet it is right here, on our own world, beneath our own sea. We could, in theory, reach it before lunch. We just rarely do. The trench is the strangest neighbor we have. Quiet, polite, far closer than we ever quite remember. Imagine the trench as a single long thought. A thought our planet has been thinking for ages. It has not finished. It will not finish for a very long time. The thought goes on, slow, quiet, folded into the rock. Breathe slowly. Some thoughts are quick. Some thoughts are bright. The trench is none of those. The trench is the kind of thought you only have late at night, after a long day, when the world finally hushes and something deep inside you begins to settle. Let your eyes feel heavy now, if they are not already. The deep does not need your full attention. It does not need your worry. It does not need your understanding. It only asks that you slow down a little, now and then. No need to count tonight. And in return, it offers something rare. A reminder that quiet places still exist. That there are still corners of this world that have never been hurried. That somewhere, even now, soft. Picture a soft jelly the size of a saucer, slowly poolsing in the dark. Its edges shimmer with faint colors when light touches it. Soft pinks, pale blues, quiet greens, like the inside of a seashell. It is not aware of you watching. It does not perform. It just pulses. In, out, in, out. Let your breathing match it. In, out, in, out. The smallest, gentlest rhythm. A small living lantern in the deepest dark, showing you, in its quiet way, how to settle into something simple, something steady, something kind. There are deep colored fish in the trench too, reddish ones, blackish ones. In the surface world, red is bold. Down here, red disappears. The dark eats it instantly. So red fish look almost invisible in the deep. A clever, quiet trick. Breathe slowly. They hide in plain sight, drifting unseen, saved from larger eyes by the very darkness around them. The trench shelters them in its long, dark coat, as it shelters so many things. Now imagine a soft anglerfish in the upper edges of the deep, with a small glowing lure on its head. It waits patiently, hardly moving. The little lantern sways. Tiny fish are drawn to it, curious, hopeful, innocent. Let your shoulders drop. The anglerfish is not unkind. It is only living, quietly, the way the deep has shaped it. A small, grumpy face, a tiny porch light, and an ocean of patience. That is enough. That is everything in the dark. Submarines made for the trench are very small. Just enough room for a person or two. Maybe a camera. Maybe a few tools. They are round like big metal pearls, with thick walls, tiny windows, soft lights inside. Breathe in, breathe out. Being inside one is, by all accounts, surprisingly cozy. A small, warm pocket of safety, surrounded by the deepest cold dark on earth, like a candle in a vast cave, or a small bedroom in a sleeping house. Tiny, held. After a dive, the submarine rises. Hours of slow climbing, up through the abyss, up through the midnight zone, up through the twilight. The water grows warmer. The water grows lighter. At last, faint sunlight returns. A pale shimmer above, then a brighter one, then the surface itself. No need to count tonight. The hatch opens. Salt air, sky, birds. The world rushes back in, but the deep stays with the diver. Always. A quiet softness lodged forever in the chest. A small piece of the trench carried home. You may be drifting now. That is good. The trench is mostly behind us. The hard parts, the numbers, the names. We have set them gently aside. Breathe slowly. From here, let it just be a feeling. A long, curving dark below the world. A hidden room of soft, glowing creatures. A sleeping place older than memory. You do not need to picture it perfectly. You can simply hold a soft impression of it. Quiet, patient. Imagine you are a small light at the bottom of the trench. A tiny spark. Not a bright one, not a flashing one. Just a soft, warm glow. Steady, gentle, like a single candle in a long, dark hall. Let your shoulders drop. The deep gathers around you. The pale floor stretches out. Soft creatures drift past your light. They do not crowd. They do not push. They simply float around your tiny glow, as if you were part of the trench, as if you had always belonged. There is no clock down here, no alarm, no schedule, no tomorrow. There is only the slow gathering of marine snow, the patient drift of creatures, the whisper of currents. Breathe in slowly. The trench has been doing this since long before any human worry was invented. It will keep doing it long after every worry has passed. Your small troubles cannot reach it. The deep is bigger, older, gentler. It can hold all of you and anything you carry tonight. Let any little worry you carried in here float upward, just for now, like a small bubble. Watch it rise, slowly, past the soft creatures, past the silent currents, up through layer after layer of dark. No need to count tonight. It drifts toward the distant surface, where the sun and waves can take care of it, where it can pop and dissolve and become only sky, while you remain here, soft and held. Imagine a tiny sea snail in the trench, with a delicate spiral shell. It creeps slowly along an old rock. Each movement is small. Each pause is long. It does not have a destination. It is just exploring, in its careful, gentle way. Breathe slowly. Whole worlds exist for it on a single stone. Soft patches of bacteria, tiny crumbs of food, slow neighbors, each spot a small new room of a quiet little house built into the wall of the deepest place on earth. There are also soft sea anemones in the deep, like little flowers in the dark. They wave gentle tentacles in the slow current, pale yellows, soft whites, quiet pinks. They do not run, they do not chase, they simply open and wait. Let your breathing match their slow waving. Whatever drifts to them, they accept. Whatever passes by, they let go. They are very old teachers of stillness, of patience, of letting life come gently to you, without grasping, without strain, without rush. There are quiet little crabs scuttling through the trench, with long, thin legs, pale shells. They move slower than crabs in the shallows. Down here, hurry costs energy. Energy is rare, so they walk calmly, considerately. No need to count tonight. They pause often. They feel the water with delicate antennae. They listen with their whole bodies. Then they decide where to step next. Each motion small, each motion intentional. The deep teaches everyone to slow down, even the crabs. Picture a long, quiet eel coiling near the trench wall. Its body, soft and dark. It rests in a small crevice, tail curled, eyes half closed, almost like a sleeping cat. It is in no hurry to hunt. It is in no hurry to wake. It will rouse eventually when something interesting drifts by. But for now, it simply rests. Let your breathing slow with it. May you rest as deeply tonight, as softly, as completely, curled in your own warm crevice, tucked into the slow. Above the trench, the moon rises and sets. Storms come and go. Boats pass. Birds drift. Below, none of it matters. The dark stays the same. The cold stays the same. The patient pulse of the deep does not change. Breathe in slowly. It is comforting, in a way, to know there are places that do not change, places that do not depend on what happens on the surface, places that simply continue, quietly, like a long old song. Let your imagination drift far above the trench again, up to the night sky. Far overhead, satellites pass. They map the seafloor with quiet beams of light. They listen to the ocean. They take small, soft pictures. Let your shoulders drop. From space, the trench is invisible, just a darker patch in the blue, a tiny crease on a great soft sphere. And yet, those satellites watch over it, quietly, like distant friends, letting it sleep, letting it. Sometimes a small earthquake stirs the trench. The plates shift, the mud trembles. A small, soft cloud of sediment lifts and slowly settles again. The creatures barely notice. They have felt many such gentle shudders before. No need to count tonight. The dark steadies again. The currents resume their patient drift. The trench takes a long, quiet breath and settles like a sleeping animal that has only briefly turned in its dreams before sinking deep. Now feel yourself sinking deeper into rest too, like the trench, like the soft mud, like the patient stones. Let your back grow heavy. Let your legs grow heavy. Let your hands grow heavy. Breathe slowly. The deep is a generous teacher of weight. It shows us that being heavy is not bad. It is calm. It is grounded. It is held by something larger than yourself. Tonight, let yourself be held by your bed, by your room, by the quiet, by the deep. Imagine the trench as a long, soft bed at the bottom of the ocean. Cool, gentle, patient. It's mud, your soft pillow. It's dark, your soft blanket. It's quiet, your favorite kind of quiet. Let your breathing slow. Let your jaw soften. There is nothing to do here. Nothing to chase. Nothing to plan. The trench is older than every plan you have ever made. It does not need any of them. It only invites you to rest, like all the soft creatures around it, resting, drifting, letting the dark hold them. Picture one last small fish drifting near you in the deep. Pale, slow, calm. It looks at you in its quiet way, without fear, without need, just curious, just present. It offers you nothing but its own peace, then drifts on. Breathe slowly. You do not need to follow it. You do not need to call it back. The trench has many such travelers, each one passing, each one drifting, each one teaching in their soft way that you can let things go. Gently, let the trench fade slightly in your mind. Just a softening at the edges. The glowing creatures dim. The pale floor blurs. The dark grows even softer, like an old photograph. No need to count tonight. We do not have to remember the deep clearly. We only need to know it is there, down beneath the waves, quiet, watchful, patient with us, with everything, as it has always been, as it always. Drift slowly upward now, just a little, through the soft hadal, through the abyss, through the midnight, through the twilight. The water grows lighter around you. The cold lessens, the dark thins. Let your breathing remain slow, but you do not need to reach the surface. You can rest anywhere along the climb, wherever your sleep finds you, wherever your body is most comfortable. ocean will hold you at any depth. Tonight, you are welcome at every layer. Let your thoughts drift like marine snow, slow, soft, falling away from you. Each little flake, a tiny passing thought, a small worry, a small task, a small memory. Watch them drift downward, quiet, endless, without urgency. Let your shoulders drop. They will land softly on the trench floor. They will join the gentle blanket of sediment there, held by the deep, cared for by the dark, so that your mind can be lighter now, emptier. The deep does not mind your worries. It is not too small to hold them. It can take them all and still have room. The trench has been patient for many millions of years. It will be patient with you tonight. Breathe slowly. Give it whatever you do not wish to carry into sleep. A long day, a small ache, an old thought. The deep gathers them gently, adds them to its slow blanket of mud, where they will sleep too, far from your dreams, far from your rest. Let your breathing become very soft now, almost a whisper. In through your nose, out through your nose, slow, easy, no effort. Let the rhythm sink into your chest like a gentle tide. No need to count tonight. The trench breathes with you. So do its quiet creatures. So does the dark. We are all moving together, slowly, softly, as one long calm wave, settling for the night. You are doing very well. There is nothing more to do. The night is long. Sleep is near. The deep is patient. Let your eyelids be heavy. Let your jaw be soft. Let your hands be still. Breathe slowly. If you are still listening, that is fine. If you have already drifted off, that is fine too. The story will continue without you. The dark will continue without you. The trench will continue without you, as it should, as it always has. One last image to carry with you. A small, soft glow at the bottom of the deepest place on earth. A tiny lantern in a long, dark hall. Quiet, steady, kind. It is not afraid of the dark. It is part of it. It does not chase the light away. It only adds a little more. Let your shoulders drop. Let that small glow be yours tonight. A soft reminder that even in the deepest dark, gentle light exists and keeps existing without effort, without sound, just being, just glowing. The night deepens. The trench rests. The soft creatures drift in their slow, gentle dance. You rest too, held by your bed, held by the dark, held by the long, slow breath of the world. Let your thoughts slow. Let your body soften. Let everything go. Breathe in, breathe out. The deep will carry on without us. Patient, quiet, endless. tomorrow it will still be there, beneath the waves, beneath the days, holding its long, kind silence for all of us. Good night, drift now. Drift gently, drift.